This is a video to show you how to work with WorkFlowy. So this is the link that I provided for you, and this is the public version of this little sample that I'm having you try out. So one of the good things about WorkFlowy is that you can do things like what they call hoist, or you can drill down. So for example, you can either just expand those outlines, or if you click on the button, it will actually pull up the entire thing so you can focus just on this section. So this is how to set up this system. And so the first thing you're going to do is visit this link to create a WorkFlowy account. And you're going to create a WorkFlowy account here. You just enter your email account and sign up. And they'll send you a one-time verification code to that account. Then you have to go to your email and enter the code, and you'll be automatically signed up. Hold on. So I've entered my one-time code. I click sign up. And actually, I think I've already signed up, to be honest. So if you want to work on when you're offline, you could download the desktop app. There's a Mac version as well as a Windows version. Just going to close that for a minute. Then once you're here, you can go back to the original one, and then if you click log in, it'll ask you to log in. You'll have to get that verification code again. This is their new system. You get a different code every time you log in. So you log in, and now it'll say, do you want to add this to your account? And this time I click add to account. And what that will do is if I go back to my account and I refresh that page, there's my sample. And there are a couple of things that you want to probably do. If you go back on to this, you notice that the first time when I first logged in, it was a dark mode, and I actually prefer a dark mode. So then the way to do that is you go over here, click settings, and you can change theme to dark, and it automatically goes to dark. The system font, I'm going to keep it as whatever the system I happen to be using. External links are in blue. The other things that you want to take care of here, this part right here helped me to learn keyboard shortcuts, is this little sidebar right here. And I actually like having it there because it really, once you get the keyboard shortcuts, it's so fast to work through this. I don't need an email summary of the updates, so I'm going to turn that off. I'm going to make sure that I can embed YouTube videos, embed tweets. These are some of the experimental features. Make sure that you turn on WorkFlowy Labs. I leave that off, open links and apps. But the dates, this is really, really important. Make sure that's enabled. This is when it's disabled. This means it's enabled. Full width page means I can see it for the entire screen size. And you don't have to enable backlinks or inline linking, but these are two features that if you know what those features are, you use them quite a bit. And then you just close that, and that updates the settings. If you find this unnecessary, you can always just close that little arrow, but you can always just pull it back up, and it's a quick way to help you learn the keyboard shortcuts. Close that. Now basically the system is set up. You've created your own WorkFlowy account. You've added this outline to your WorkFlowy account. So the way it works, so here are some things you can do. Right now I've added 3 classes, so you can always drill down into any one of these. And so one of the tabs says these are the tasks. And the way I do it is you can just add whatever task that you think you need to complete. But if you look at the weekly schedule, You'll notice that, so for week 10, it's up there. Here are my assigned readings for week 10. Okay. And again, you can, if you click on this right here, it'll just bring you up to here. And the idea of WorkFlowy was that right now none of this is really in there because this is just a sample. But let's say this is one of the readings that you had, and you can just take notes directly in here, okay, dealing specifically with that reading. You can do it with the next one as well. Take notes on this article right here. Now, if you want to, and I'm going to go back now to the full one. The research methods class works the same way, and the migration class works the same way. And what are the advantages of this system right here? Right now, I've set up a couple of shortcuts for you. Do today, do this week, do next week. And they're there just to get you started, but you can also create your own shortcuts at any time. If you click on this link right here, it shows you everything that you have in all these different outlines that you have. So here's my sample, and it can be expanded here as well. You can think of it as a kind of table of contents. And you can always get that to disappear if you want to work in the full screen. But what I really wanted to show you were these task boards. So one of the things that WorkFlowy allows you to do is it allows you to mirror some tasks. So for example, what I've created up here, sorry, I meant to do the task board. So these are the task boards associated. These are all the different tasks that are associated with the population dynamics class, the research methods class, and the migration class. And what that allows you to do is that when you add a new task here, it will show up under this page. So for example, I'm going to create a new task. So let me add a task, and I'm going to say this is a new task, and it's going to be due today. And when you start typing things like today, tomorrow, it'll choose the date for you, and there it is. Okay? So if you want to complete this task, and it doesn't matter whether you complete it up here or down here. So for example, you click complete, you'll see that it completes it down here as well. And that's the idea. This is the idea of making it very useful for you. The other thing to notice is the weekly schedule board. Right now, none of the columns are expanded, but if you expand the columns, you'll see that it's set up as week 10, and then you see that it keeps you really organized so you know exactly what is going on for that entire week for each of your classes. You can add a new class here, and from here you can also drill down. You can either click, remember when you were down here, I'm going to show the research methods class this time. If you click this button, it would drill down to this. But I'm going to show you that if you click it here, it does the same thing. Actually, it doesn't. Actually, I'm going to show you a different week with stuff in it, since week 10 for research methods didn't actually have anything in it. So I'm going to show you, here's the weekly schedule. Here's week 10 for population dynamics. If I go back and I hit the same thing here in the task board, it'll do the same thing. And you can always click the home button to go all the way home. That's it. So give it a shot, see if you like it, see what you think, and I look forward to hearing your feedback.